always in and out of town. Say, do you still miss me? Or have you settled down? Am I living with regret? I retrace every step. It's one chance all we get, yeah. Well, it's late again, thinking I should call you, yeah. Say 2 a.m. seems like the perfect time. Said I need you now, girl, I adore you, yeah. No matter where I look, you seem to cross my mind. And I don't need love till it's late at night. Said I'm only alone when I'm in my mind. You know I'm up late calling you, cause I need you near. This house keeps haunting me with a silence I can't bear. Excuse my pride, it's rare for me. Often I'm always there for me, but these days seem like illusions, and they're always alluding to something apart from me. Some kind of love just out of reach. Well, it's late again, thinking I should call you, yeah. Say 2 a.m. seems like the perfect time. Said I need you now, girl, I adore you, yeah. No matter where I look, you seem to cross my mind. And I don't need love till it's late at night. Said I'm only alone when I'm in my mind. You know I'm up late calling you, cause I need you near. This house keeps haunting me with a silence I can't bear. So don't break my heart, but what's there to break? What's there to break? What's there to break? Now, girl, don't break my heart, but what's there to break? What's there to break? Said it's late again, thinking I should call you, yeah. Said 2 a.m. just like the perfect time. Said I need you now, girl, I adore you, yeah. No matter where I look, you seem to cross my mind. You seem to cross my mind. Thank you, thank you. Say there's no time like the present, but I live in the future. Try to hold on to the past, but I hardly remember it at all. And all this space is just a different part of me. And if you can find for me some meaning, some God to believe in, make me smile while I'm grieving. Some lie worth deceiving the people. Can you make all the good and the evil? If you're rich, if you're poor, are you equal? Take it all away from me. I told you, don't you play with me, because I'm here to take it all. No, you're bound to fall. I'm here to take it all. No, you're bound to fall. I'm here to take it all. No, you're bound to fall. So how's it feel? How's it feel? And I'm caught in a town, in a time between time. You know, in the meantime, where you'll find me. And I'm caught in a town, in a time between time. You know, in the meantime, where you'll find me. I say it with your chest, till there's nothing left. Are you looking for something? Are you tired of running? Say, I've been on the road again. I I don't wanna be alone again. If you take it all away from me, can you tell me what it takes to be a man, be a god, be a king, be a fraud? Every game's just another loss. Everything came at a cost. Heavy on my chest, rubbing elbows, where the cell grows, a meal ticket waiting on me. Need a shovel with dirt and snow. Said, hey, tell me, would you play the game? So how's it feel? How's it feel? And I'm caught in a town, in a time between time. You know, in the meantime, where you'll find me. And I'm caught in a town, in a time between time. You know, in the meantime, where you'll find me. Say, I've been on the road again. I don't wanna be alone again. If you take it all away from me, can you tell me what it takes to be a man, be a god, be a king, be a fraud? Every game's just another loss. Everything came at a cost. Heavy on my chest, rubbing elbows, where the cell grows, a meal ticket waiting on me. Need a shovel with dirt and snow. Said, I can't erase. Tell me, would you play the game?
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Traptions here. Welcome to the, I guess, the final week of this week for us, because tomorrow we'll close in memory of Memorial Day.
Going to take a nice long weekend, tomorrow and Monday.
So if you come by, we got the flags out front. You can't miss us. We have pieces we're going to be playing today for Memorial Day as well. How do you like the singer? Courtesy
He's amazing, Curvins. Nice job.
Courtesy
he's like Shorty too over there. All 6'3" of him.
6'14".
Amazing. But Casey, we now believe her when she tells us she has a singer, because she's pretty. She's 2 for 2 now, Casey. You're good at finding talent. One day, you ever see Mrs. Maisel?
No, I seen Mrs. Magoo.
You know the little talent scout? Yes. That's Casey. Yes. That's Casey doing her thing.
Maisel? That's a
Mrs. Maisel. It's a series, and there's a talent scout.
How is it that it doesn't surprise me that the two of you know that?
What can I tell you?
Mr. and Mrs. Maisel.
It gets harder and harder, I know. But he was incredible.
You have a mic? You have a microphone?
He's got a mic.
I do.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about you, because Casey, she brings in the talent, but she doesn't ever tell us anything.
Yes, I'm originally born in Haiti. Came here to the States. I'm basically a Florida boy my entire life. Got into music around my freshman year of college, and fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since.
And what year are you in now?
It's my senior year now. I'm in my senior year.
What's your major?
Sociology.
Sociology. And what do you want to do with that and music?
That is a good question. I'm gonna find out when that time.
Sociology is the study of cultures, right?
It's like
culture?
Study of like social interactions and the systems in play with regards to humans, I guess.
What do you think? You don't know. Law school, music school?
Worst case scenario, law school.
Worst case scenario. What's the best case scenario?
Best case scenario, I just do music. So
You've been writing music just for a couple years?
yeah, this is probably my 4th year writing music.
Is that all your music you sang today?
Correct. Those are all original songs.
I gotta tell you, I minored in sociology at NYU.
Oh,
You
nice.
did?
Yes.
Okay.
I minored in sociology. You know why? Because it was all about the city. And I went to work for Congressman Rangel and everything else. And all the city stuff came, because NYU, it's like no other school in the world. You know, it has that culture and all that. But I can see you with your music. I also went to law school and did not go.
Oh.
I didn't want to do it. I said, nah. Because
Maybe
you get
he's
into-
your twin.
Well, you get into a
Maybe.
vibe. You know, I can hear your music and it has a lot of feel to it. It doesn't surprise me you're a sociology major. It surprises me, you know, Casey, because Casey's a sociology project. But you're talented, you know, you're well versed, which is really good.
Thank you.
You were a DJ, you told me? Did some DJ work?
No, I've never been a DJ. No.
One person. Oh, you're not, this is not the
What
DJ?
inspires you to write your music?
That's a good question. My inspiration, like the last song I sung, I call it "Time Between Time." Typically, I like write music when I feel like a sense of existential dread, maybe.
Okay.
But like "Time Between Time," that inspiration was me grappling with. I think there's like a philosophical question that was asked about a ship, right? I think it was Odysseus' ship, where if you keep changing the pieces of the ship, at what point does the ship a new ship
That's interesting.
or kind of thing? And that for me was like I was questioning like the distance between us as people. You know, like where do I begin, where do you begin, and where do I end, or are we all connected? And that
Because they
was
say others are just how we react is just a reflection of us to others. So,
Correct.
right, are we really individual? I'll forget about it.
No,
are we
but
really
never-
individuals,
yeah.
or are we a reflection of each other and all linked together?
correct.
He's done. He's
Correct.
out. He's like,
Basically that. Yeah.
I get it. I get
none
it.
of us are a microcosm of just ourselves.
Correct.
But he's kind of young to
I know.
know all that.
Is this from your upbringing? Is your family spiritual like this? And
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the church and around a lot of spirituality and philosophy. I think my dad was a teacher in Haiti, so he planted seeds in my head of thinking and asking questions.
so, what do you think? Where do you begin and end, and where does the next person connect?
Correct. Yeah, that is a very good question. I think I would like to assume that we're all connected to some extent. Not saying individualism is bad at all. I think we should all be, individuals. But I do think we do share some connection to each other, and I think that blurred line between us, I think there's beauty in it, because like in my first song, I said like I'm only alone when I'm in my mind, because like the feeling of isolation, being alone, because you could be in a room full of people and believe you're alone. So the thought of loneliness might not be as true as we think it is, and we might actually be more connected than it seems, and that's comforting, I think.
Now, you said you were from Haiti.
Correct. Correct.
Do you know Leslie Jacques?
I don't think I'm familiar.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Okay, so what's going on in Haiti right now is another spat. I mean, Haiti has been through so much in the last 50 years that I've known Leslie. How do you feel about what's going on in your motherland, I guess? What's the result? Because you're a deep thinker. I'm sort of intrigued.
I think it's disheartening. The reality doesn't. I'd like to be optimistic, but the conditions seem dire. Is what I would say. Yeah, the conditions. Yeah.
Clearer heads need to be. It's good to know that somebody like yourself, which I would say, well, the younger minds have to sort of take over what's going on over there. The corruption there has been forever. But I'm intrigued because you seem well grounded as to asking the tough questions that nobody really wants to answer. That's what it comes down to.
Have any of your songs been produced or put out on an app or Spotify or anything?
Yeah, all of my songs are distributed on every platform that music is consumed in.
Self-distribute and
I self-distribute.
Wow.
I self-distribute, yeah.
And how many do you have?
Songs out, I think around like 17, 20.
And you've only been writing for 4 years?
Correct.
He has a lot to say.
What do you think your message is?
If I had a message, it would probably be unity and consideration. I think we need to band together, all of us. And I think in order to do that, we need to be considerate of each other. I think if you're not considerate, you can be cold, callous, mean, and stuff like that. So I think consideration goes a long way.
It's a funny way I just had that conversation with someone this morning.
Well, we also had the conversation yesterday with the concert that we want to do about healing, the healing concert. All sorts of stuff is
But I felt, this morning I was saying to someone, how would you like it if that happened to you?
I heard.
Right? So when we have our actions outwards to other people, sometimes we need to go back to kindergarten and honestly, all the things that we learned about being considerate and how would it feel if it happened to you, and that's how we should treat others. But it's funny that you bring that up.
Kindergarten?
There's a book that says everything I learned, or everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten. It's a title, something like that. And if you actually go back to the rules and manners that you were taught in kindergarten and preschool about sharing, about being nice, about playing fairly, about all those nice things, helping someone in their chair, if someone falls down, pick them up.
You did that in kindergarten?
There's a book that, didn't you learn any of these skills in kindergarten? No, you lived in the Bronx.
I lived
Right?
in
The
Bronx.
golden rule, you didn't do that?
Did you learn how to say please from your parents?
Please and thank you.
No, I got reminded a lot. They
So,
reminded me a
being
lot
considerate.
That I didn't say it.
you
They
want
still
to-
remind me now.
Do unto others as you would have done to yourself, all of those things?
No, the priest
You
told
did not
me that
learn
in
any
church,
of that?
but not in kindergarten. That didn't happen in kindergarten. No, in kindergarten. It's funny. I see some of the things that kids have in kindergarten. I didn't have none of that. You ever seen the crayons that are about this big?
You didn't even have
Dinosaur
crayons, right?
crayons? We didn't have those either. We had pictures of crayons.
But didn't you learn ethics and manners and how to treat other people?
Where?
Kindergarten?
No, they used to make us show up and go in the hallway like there was going to be an attack.
Did you have like circle time where you sat around and read and?
No. I did not. I had no circles, no time, no nothing.
Maybe we should go back to kindergarten for you.
I'm going to tell you, PS 109, the kindergarten sucked.
Oh my
Now
God.
that I look at it, it was horrible.
How do people find your music, Curvins?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to listen to any of my music, they're underneath my artist name, 3 letters, K as in kangaroo, L as in Larry, period, and then Z as in zebra, so KLZ.
KLD. Nice. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come with Curvins. We've got Dr. Abby Shulkin in the house, our very in-house psychic, Sally Bernard, and then we've got the Reinvented Life Network joining us virtually from, I'm not sure, California and Atlanta, I think is where these two are. So more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Like us, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Hit the subscribe, notify button, and you'll get all of our shows. Then we're going to get in touch with our executive producer, and you guys can all commiserate together. More to come. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
Ant Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Ant Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Again. And we're back.
You're tough, man.
I'm not tough.
But you're right.
Man. Migraine. Okay, so what are we doing next?
We're going to talk to, we've got Dr. Abby Shulkin joining us, and Sally Bernard is with us as well. And we talked about acupuncture and holistic health the last time, but your niche is really in treatment of eating disorders, right? How to help people find their strength to overcome certain adversities. I just need you to hold your mic. And I think that's been your niche and your passion, and you help people through acupuncture, but you've got some other modalities you work with.
Besides the laser pain clinic, my real magic power is helping people recover from eating disorders.
How did that come to be?
Well, I'm a recovering eating disorder person myself. This has been pretty much the story of my whole life, and my biggest struggle in life, as well as my biggest victory. I come from a family where most of the women have eating disorders. And when I say eating disorders, the first thing everyone thinks of is anorexia. But there are many more eating disorders than just that. And one that is not acknowledged often is being a compulsive overeater. That word and that name sounds so nasty that nobody wants to claim that. But that is a thing. There are people who are overweight who like to eat and eat a lot, and they can stop if they want to. But there are people who overeat, and it's more like an addiction, like a compulsion they have no control over. And this is a thing. And the women in my family, especially my mother, was a total compulsive overeater. So that's what I saw growing up. And I used to get teased by my brother and other people, like, you're going to end up just like your mother. And I was deathly afraid of that because my mother was morbidly obese and my parents didn't have like a good relationship. So in my mind, I put together, if I'm overweight, men are not going to love me and other people aren't going to love me either. So I did whatever it took not to become overweight. But at the same time, my learned behavior from my mother was to compulsively overeat. So I had like this struggle in me. On the one hand, I would do anything it took to be thin. And on the other hand, all I wanted to do was binge my brains out on sugary things. So I felt like I had a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other, and these two would fight all the time. I had some, what you call cognitive dissonance. And it was very difficult for me because I would get very angry at myself when I ate or when I binged, and then I would starve myself for a couple of days until I couldn't handle it anymore, and then I would binge again, and then I would get so angry at myself and so much in the self-hatred. And the self-hatred is the root of all of that stuff to begin with. And I felt like I was on this downward spiral into this deep, dark hole. And every time I took 3 steps upward, I fell back 5, and I really didn't know what to do. And I tried everything. You have to think back into the 70s when an eating disorder wasn't really a known thing. I tried psychiatrists, psychologists, everything, every diet. I worked in this library and I looked at every single diet book. I could write my own diet book, but actually following it is totally something else.
So you created a journal for people?
I have created a workbook with certain exercises, written exercises and assignments to help people totally revamp their life, because this eating disorder touches every single aspect of your life, every aspect. So I go with people to help change their behaviors, change their environment, to help them recover from an eating disorder. And I touch on every aspect of their life, like how clean is the inside of their car, from there to affirmations for body dysmorphia and relationships. And let's have a thorough look at what other issues do you have besides your eating disorder, because people have often comorbidity, or if you start talking about their eating, there's always some excuse that comes up. you know? So the first part of my workbook helps people get out of denial. When I was in my active eating disorder, I thought, oh, it's just a little problem. If I just figure out how to be able to eat normally and not binge, everything will be fine. But what I figured out is there's a lot more underneath that. And if I work on that stuff underneath it, the symptom will get less.
You know, it's so interesting because your authenticity, your transparency of what it was like growing up with your mom, who was an overeater, right? She could have been an overeater, she could have been a binger and a purger, but she wasn't. She was just morbidly obese from eating and eating and eating, and how that impacts kids. I don't think, at least I didn't realize when I was having my kids, the impact what I did was going to have on them, everything. And people would say, make sure you sit down at the table and eat a normal meal with your children. You know, you don't say, oh, mom can't eat, mom's dieting today, or I'm on a diet. I mean, all the things I should have probably done differently that I know now more, going through it at a young age, because it impacts us tremendously through our lives.
Well, kids nowadays is a different upbringing than it was back in my day, and you were somewhere in the middle. So the problems get bigger, and what I'm hearing her discuss is even bigger than just food. It's the psychology behind it. Talking about it becomes a challenge. Living this whirlwind and never getting off of that circle is always a challenge. If parents don't help their children understand things, children are going to replicate what they see.
Right, because you talk all the time how you didn't always have money growing up, and your mother would take whatever food she could to feed your family and the whole building.
That's right.
As hospitality, even though there wasn't a lot of money. So it was rice and beans, a lot of starches,
Pop-Tarts
bread.
for breakfast.
But that was,
for
right,
breakfast.
so that was financial.
It was
not,
financial.
Not for anything else other than the financials.
They didn't have school lunches back in the day. You didn't go to school to get food. You didn't have a breakfast program for that. You know, I used to go with my mother, and I used to want all of the cereals because of what was inside the box, the secret Dakota ring.
Right, and all that sugar
I didn't care that it
did.
had so much sugar.
Right, and all that sugar did was, well, now look.
Oh, look at me. I'm a good example of what you shouldn't eat.
But we didn't know that then. So now it's about coming to terms with it, Abby, and helping to, I don't want to say cure, heal the traumatic wounds of our childhood and all the baggage that we brought in. You know how Pastor Bob always said we need to unpack that before we move forward, like unpack that suitcase and start fresh? Can we?
We can do as much as possible. I believe that it can be done. I feel I'm an example of that, even though sometimes stuff pops up from the past. And because I'm not actively in the food, I'm able to learn from those feelings and those experiences. When I was binging, any little feeling or struggle that came up, I would eat over, and I couldn't process that and learn from it and move on. I was stuck like in a vicious circle. And now that I don't use food to deal with my life, I actually make forward progress.
It's using food, right, for emotions.
Dr. Abby, my daughter was bulimic and anorexic from 12 years old, so I lived this story.
Really?
From till she passed away.
So she was both?
Overcame it. She did both. She started off with bulimia, but in those days people did not know what bulimia was. I had no idea. It was very difficult.
And then she became anorexic.
And she was never heavy. She was no more than 110 pounds at the most. But she was in many hospitals. She was, I was just telling you, about 4 or 5 different eating disorder hospitals, which I used to go to. She didn't want to know me.
You know, relationships have a lot to do with what goes into your body. And having, because you got 2 parents, hopefully, in the house. And your relationship with your dad is different than your relationship with your mom. And there's going to be problems, whether it's eating disorders or anything else. And it stems from what's going on in the nucleus. And the challenge today is that you have kids who have their own set of problems, which we see every day in here. Every day. Their own set. Not to mention what happens at home, which is another set. So all of that pressure that's put on these kids today is different than what Doc does to deal with things coming forward.
When I would question myself, what did I do wrong? And she used to...
But that's the thing.
She would say to me, I used to make her eat every last piece of food. Well, in those days, I mean, I don't remember doing that, but it was her way of blaming me, I guess. But there were many things.
Blaming herself. Because maybe there
Yes.
was something even more deeper than
right,
eat your food.
right.
Because in my house, you didn't eat, somebody else ate.
Right.
So it was a fight for the food. So I get to appreciate the things that I eat now. That's why they laugh at me, because I love what I eat. I got to cut it down, which is some new education I have. Because I can't, man, you leave me, I'm going to eat until I explode.
Abby, do you work with that also? On portion control? I know everyone says eat only when you're hungry, but it's deeper than that.
Way deeper. What you eat, that's only on the surface. So what I try to do is get people to have a structured eating plan and get a nice rhythm going so they don't have to think about what they're eating every day. We find the right balance of meals and food and then just stick to it. And then when the food isn't an issue anymore, all the other issues that the food had been hiding come up, and that's when we can start working on the stuff underneath.
Do you help with that also?
A total comprehensive everything. Yes.
Because once that old stuff starts coming up, it's like whack-a-mole. You can't push it back down right now. We have to deal with it, otherwise we're back in the soup.
Exactly. So that is what my program is about. Dealing with all of it. Let's put down the food so we can deal with the other stuff. But it's very hard to put down the food. It sounds simple, but it's not.
It's very hard, right?
So I help people with that. And of course, sometimes you might put down the food for a couple of weeks and stuff starts coming up and you can't handle it and you have a relapse. So what do we do then? We just get back on that horse and ride it instead of going back into that crazy roller coaster of binging, starving, throwing up. No. We find some steady, regular pattern. So that the food itself is not an issue. We turn that weight over to the universe. The weight is no longer our business. We're not trying to control it. Once we have this healthy, moderate, regular plan of eating, the weight will take care of itself. It's a lot about trusting the universe, right? And then we deal with all the crap underneath.
How long is your program?
It's a 3-month program, but is a lifetime of recovery.
Sure. It's a lifetime because it took us a lifetime to get here with all our stuff. And I'm sure your mother, like all of our parents, it wasn't done intentionally to hurt us, but we grow up as a product of what we see.
Exactly. We're all born a blank canvas, right? We don't know what normal is. We're like a little animal. And then you're put in this family system, and you just learn what you see. And whatever you see, you think that's normal. Because for you, that is normal. I'm fortunate I'm not from a family with physical abuse or incest or something, but a lot of people are. And a lot of times they have suppressed memories about that. And when they put down the food, that kind of stuff starts popping up.
Wow.
Yes. So
I had asked my daughter, why did she talk to me openly later on in recovery. She was never really recovered. But she said she felt that she didn't want to take drugs, she didn't want to take drink, that food was safer. But it isn't. I know that. I mean, this is one of the, I guess she used that as that she felt that she wasn't doing anything that was harming her. But
Sally, you've been through a lot. You should write a book.
I should.
Yeah, but again, Sally, you being a mom is a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah,
than-
but I
than
could
what
relate
comes.
very much because...
But the object of the game when I was growing up was to strengthen inner core. And strengthen inner core in my world gave you choices to be able to overcome certain things. You know, I see how my kids raise their kids, their family, how they do their things. And that's not the way I do things. They have their own identity now. They have their own way of handling their boys. Boys will be boys, and they're a little bit different than girls. And I try not to interfere. You know, the hardest thing for me is to interfere and tell my sons, stop trying to be a buddy to your kids. Because when you do that, everything the kid wants to eat, becomes okay just to have him stop yapping or complaining or anything like that. So don't question so much what you did. Question more about the things that she felt as opposed to what you did, because
Right. Well, I actually did have therapy because in the hospitals they interview the parents. It was basically me because her father didn't want to know any of this. But they would talk to me, the psychiatrist there, on how to handle, because at that point, you know, when you're bulimic or anorexic, and I know you know this, they have a lot of darkness there. So it was directed very much at me, and I had no idea. I was still very young myself. I had her at 20 years old. I didn't know how to handle something like that. So what I just really mentioning, and I probably wouldn't have said anything, but what you're doing is amazing, and it's really touching me that you're talking. You know, it brings tears to my eyes because my daughter is no longer here. But the help that these people need, and you know that firsthand, I really commend you for that. It touches me deeply.
Thank you. And you know, it is very strange in our society. Like every place has like a weight loss program, all this stuff. Like every doctor is going to help you lose weight. But that is only putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. You know, it's not about losing 5 pounds or 10 pounds really quickly. It's about changing your lifestyle so that weight isn't even an issue. You know, it's a lot deeper than just, you know, oh, you just need to lose weight and let's give you an injection or take these pills or give you a gastric bypass. So if you are someone with an eating disorder and you get a gastric bypass or a sleeve or whatever, you're going to probably lose weight, but this has not solved your problem.
It's true.
You're going to eventually figure out a way to overeat with that thing. I've heard of so many people who lose 150 pounds with that, and then they slowly start gaining the weight back because the problem is way deeper.
Or it's a different addiction. I've known people that have gotten the sleeve, lost 150 pounds, but then they take that and they become a sex addict, or they take that and they become a drug addict because it's an addictive personality, right? So if you don't take care of the situation and what's going on in the mindset, then you're just going to be chasing whatever that is.
We call that switching seats on the Titanic. Doesn't matter what seat you're in, you're still going down.
No, then they go into surgeries. Now they're called, and they've got Munchausen because there's always something wrong, and they're chasing that next fix, I guess it is, whatever that fix is.
Yeah, they want to fix themselves because they think there's something wrong with them.
Well, it's also to do with the body image, which I saw. I mean, my daughter was always skinny. She was never more than 110 pounds, but she saw herself as very heavy. And no matter what you would say, you can't convince someone when they're going through that, especially when they're really active in it, that they're not heavy. They don't want to know.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's the body dysmorphia.
It's terrible.
And it can be really
It's very
extreme.
sad.
And there are plenty of women who are total normal weight who have raging eating disorders. And you would never guess because they're total normal weight.
Oh my gosh, wait till all the Ozempic things come out, right? People who lost the weight but didn't deal with the issues.
Well, there's so many side effects right now.
Are you on Ozempic?
No, I lost 50 pounds.
You lost 50 pounds?
I lost 50 pounds. No, remember when you didn't see me at my biggest, but you saw me when I started to lose weight.
Wow.
Like when I first started, I lost weight. I started to.
Thank you. How do people get in touch with you to be part of your program, to have a consultation, whatever it takes?
They can find me on Instagram at Acupuncture Barbie, or you can give me a call at 561-413-4799, or you can send me an email, dr.abbyjoeshulkin@gmail.com.
It's such an important topic, especially now that we're into summer and bathing suit season, and people are going out to the beach, they're doing barbecues. The girls are like, can't I even put on a bathing suit? You put a t-shirt on top of it. I'm sure for men as well, it's a lot of issues. So it might be a nice subject to address this summer.
Absolutely.
All right, more to come. Stay tuned. We're going to be the 1 o'clock hour. Maybe Kerbins will give us another song when we come back. When we come back, we'll talk to Pamela Chanel David and Jennifer Corbin Carson from the Reinvented Life
And we
Network.
have a surprise.
And we'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft, silk, touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do, and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you don't even have any feeling at all. These symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. That is 754-222-6642, or visit us online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. And I took a trip on the one-way, straight to hell. If you look, you can find me on the parallel. If these drugs come and kill me, only time will tell. There's opium in my system, so wish me well. And how do I feel? I said I'm doing swell. There's an oak and I see Hades rung the bell. There's a scarecrow and scavengers as well. Yeah, they wait for me and hope I don't prevail. But I've got black magic, it makes me feel fantastic. A little bliss until it all turns to tragic. Yeah, candles and lit matches. Yeah, what I do, you can only imagine. And I took a trip on the one-way, straight to hell. If you look, you can find me on the parallel. If these drugs come and kill me, only time will tell. There's opium in my system, so wish me well. And strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. They lifeless bodies screaming, talk to me. A plea for help, a cure for some disease. Try as you may, but there's no remedy. And it's a rodeo, matador to lovers on the floor. Driving down this road, found the devil praying to the Lord. And from the ashes, a man lit like matches, covered in greed and his dark magic sings. I know. Yeah. And I took a trip on a one-way, straight to hell. If you look, you can find me on the parallel. If these drugs come and kill me, only time will tell. There's opium in my system, so wish me well. Yeah. I know. Yeah, yeah.
Was amazing.
Beautiful,
Amazing,
beautiful.
amazing. Curvins, you want to hang with us? We're going to move you over, moving studios around and sets around because we have a very special guest that we're going to be talking to. But before that, we've got some other special guests that are part and founder of our Reinvented Life Network with Pamela Chanel David. And not only do we have the Reinvented Life show, we also have Beach Jam Media with Jennifer Corbin Carson. And unfortunately, the host of Hello, Your Health is Calling with Sue Kostick. She's not feeling well. How ironic is that, talking about health?
I know.
But we're going to reschedule with Sue, but we've got Jennifer on, and I'm excited because we're going into Memorial Day weekend, and Harry Holzwasser is with us as well, and we're going to be talking to him after we talk to Chanel. Harry has just celebrated his 100th birthday. He is a World War II veteran, and it is our honor and privilege to have him joining us as well. So I'm glad that Jennifer's on the line, because Jennifer as well served in the military.
You're going to be tying it all together.
So somehow my brain is tying all of this together. All right, let's bring over Chanel and Jennifer. There we go. Hi, ladies.
You got their audio on? All right.
We're so
How are you
excited.
both? There you are.
We got you.
Good, good.
Happy Thursday.
Yes. Yes,
Wow.
happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, and that music, I have to tell you, was wonderful.
Oh, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
First time
Wow,
we've
that
seen
was
and heard
great.
him.
That
Wow.
was amazing. It's like, keep going. I want to hear more.
Maybe we can get you to do a piece for them or something, Curvins.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
See, it's always something, but we're so excited.
Incredible.
Chanel, we actually spoke to Zara this morning. We're going to be putting something together. I sent you a script.
Great.
I texted that to you, so things to work on. And I know we're getting ready for Memorial Day, so Jennifer, I'm really glad that you are joining us because in my brain, all of these pieces connect. I just need to relay my brain onto the screen so you all get a vision of what's going on in here. Scary. You get to live with me, I know. But we've worked with Chanel for many, many years, for 4 years, and we've watched her vision and her expertise come out to fruition. But to watch you, Jennifer, in the past, what's it been, 6 weeks, if we're maybe going 6, 7 weeks, where you started and where you are now with only a short time is like leaps and bounds. You're comfortable, you're laughing, your vision of where you want to go with Beach Jam Media. And I'm watching you now, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like a whole nother person.
I agree. Those first few episodes, I cringe at watching them, but you know, you have to in order to grow. So it's a painful process sometimes, but you got to do it.
Chanel, what's your vision of the Reinvented Life Network?
Well, seeing growth like Jennifer is having is part of it. You know, we all have stories to tell, we all have businesses to bring forward. And that is what my vision with the Reinvented Life. It started as an exploration of what I've been through, what I've gone through in my own life, and serving as an inspiration for others. But this network takes us way beyond me. This network takes it beyond my story and brings other stories and other businesses forward that we can grow the inspiration, the frequency, elevate the vibration that we're putting out there in the world. And that's ultimately what the Reinvented Life stands for, is elevating the frequency by collectively bringing our visions forward and moving humanity forward.
And what the Beach Jam Media is all about is what washes up in life. And you and I were talking this morning, and you said, all right, what is it today? Is it this? Is it this? Is it that? Like, what's in your brain? And I said, all of the above, plus everything else, plus all the seashells in life as well. All those things that you step on, like the Legos in life.
She's funny. She told me seaweed, but we'll leave that alone. You know, the object.
That works too.
But the interesting aspect is as the network gets bigger, it gets more complicated. There are more pieces to the puzzle. So because of what you ladies have done, there are some other people that want to do networks as well in different fields. So what's happening is that somebody's came to us yesterday who are talking about producing 20 shows. 20. Now there's how many of them? 4? 3, 4?
Yeah.
3 or 4?
Oh, of Chanel, yes.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them.
So
Yeah.
and we're learning that to tie this in, to get the message out, to put the work behind it, it's a lot. It's a lot to get accomplished. They were working on your piece this morning, Chanel, and I was looking at it, and it's intricate. It reminds me of JC's concert, all the different pieces to take forward. And can you imagine if you had to deal with 19 others who have different personality, different wants, different things? But this is why a networking concept works, because your message is across the board. It touches on so many other lives. And I'm getting texts from people that want to participate, right? I showed it to you right now. They want to participate in this aspect that you have going right now. So it's an amazing time right now, what we're going through with you ladies.
Well, you know, Beach Jam Media is so important for what you just said. There's so many pieces that wash up into our life. And what excites me about this show each week is that in Jennifer's place in particular, she has identified so many resources that are out there for people. Why keep that hidden? Let's open that up and deliver those resources to more people so that enhances their lives. You know, if we work together, we can create something so much bigger. And yes, all the various personalities that are out there, all the various stories that are out there, they all are meaningful to enhance others' lives.
And Jennifer takes it to another level with veterans, those that are in service, active service, what it's like for families, all of those things. I was listening to someone today, and she's, I guess, a Navy head. She was just appointed, and what it was like. Because I'm thinking it's not only her going out and serving the country, what it's like for her husband, what it's like for her children when mom or dad aren't there. And it's not only when you come home and you reinvent, it's if you're in service your entire career, what does that do to the family? How does that impact you as a mom or dad when kids are home? It's not like you're going on a business trip. You're gone. For what? How extended period of time were you gone for?
I was gone for 3 months.
With kids, and it's a big change of life, right?
Absolutely. And I had a support system in place, but many people don't. And so using those resources that the military gives you and that the community gives you is impeccable. You know, I mean, you have to put those in place. And going a little bit backwards in our conversation, the network is where it's at. You know, they teach you in corporate America to network. Well, there's a reason for that. You know, first, 100 years ago, it was your community, right? You knew where to go to get the good vegetables. You knew where to go to watch your kids for a few hours. Now, since we're a global society, the resources are almost endless. So, like Chanel was saying earlier, let's bring it to a place where we can focus it on what the listeners need. So it's all about networking, but it's also about community and where you get those resources from.
And it's important to get all of those resources out there. You know, we don't know what resources there are for the military. So we rely on Jennifer to share them. And I think there's a lot of people that don't know. We say, thank you for your service, but you don't know what's going on the other side of anyone's life. And to be able to have the resources, you were talking about 4-H yesterday. Of things that we just don't even know. We deal with kids in summers.
But this is what I love, because they've created a platform where you can educate people, you can learn. Same thing that Doc does, same thing that Sally does. All they're telling you is, here's the information, what you're going to do with it now, how you're going to take advantage of it. You know, when I was a kid and I saw my family coming back from Vietnam, they came to us. They didn't have anybody else to go to. They had nowhere else to go to. And back in Nam, our country was not happy with the soldiers coming back. They didn't treat them right. Forget about having a job, man. You know, my father had a business with his 4 brothers in the paint and contract business. They used to hire all the vets. All the kids that came back, they actually came back with the body in place. They worked for them because they had nowhere else to go. And you just don't understand what I don't have anywhere else to go means until you're standing there looking at it. Can you imagine being at the airport and having absolutely no place to go? That's scary. Mm-hmm. And something has to be done.
It's so true, Freddie. And it's not just the 3 months that Jennifer was gone. I mean, again, Jennifer, thank you for your service. She served over 13 years in the Navy. And now later in life deals with quite a bit of disability in her health because of this. So being a disabled veteran, it's like you said, Freddie, like imagine what happens when you get back. But what happens decades later is still relevant to the quality of life that a lot of our veterans can face, and a lot of people face. Things that happen earlier in their life, they just start to survive regarding it. And Don, when you ask, what's the point of the Reinvented Life Network? The Reinvented Life Network is to take people from surviving to thriving. and what Jennifer deals with now on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis in her life has much to do with the disability that was created during the time that she served.
You know
So
what I'm
this
wondering,
is why
Chanel and Jennifer? Let's do a special edition. I'd like to put Jennifer on with Sue, because I didn't know that Jennifer had health complications. So it might be nice to network and we'll just do an extra 30 minutes, show someplace that works for everybody to see
Absolutely.
how that comes together, because I think that's a nice synergy amongst your hosts.
Absolutely. And both of these women, Sue and Jennifer, represent exactly and precisely, I know we use that word a lot, of what this network stands for, which is women that are continuing not to sit still in their life. And it could be women or it could be men, but individuals that literally refuse to sit still in their life, but to stay in motion, stay fluid to how to enhance and how to operate on this higher vibration and more aligned with what their souls, each of them I know so well, are meant to be here for. If I was to give one name to this network, it would be about being in purpose. Where are you in your life today? Are you living by default, or are you living your life by design and designing a life that's more purposeful, not just that one is happy by happy?
It's a good point.
Yeah, and Jennifer, when Chanel approached you about being part of the network, this wasn't anything that you've done before.
Look at her.
No.
So how did she get you? How did she convert you into joining us in this journey?
So I did share this with her because we're friends and we talk offline a lot. And she has been a huge part of my growth, both as a person and in business. So she approached me with this idea, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't sound. But I did. In my head, I'm like, no, I don't think so. We're not going to do this. But I told her I would think about it. So I did think about it. And I'm hemming and hawing, and she keeps bringing it up. And she heard me hemming and hawing about it. Well, one day after church, I was tending to my plants, and I heard a voice say, trust those who are put in your life. Trust those people to move you forward. It was the Holy Spirit telling me to get off my butt and listen to Chanel.
Jennifer, I wish you could see our studio right now, because you talk about jaw dropping. We have a guest in here and she's moving closer and her mouth is like, oh my gosh, what did she just say? In amazement.
Yeah, it was. And so I immediately, and I know that voice because I try to listen. As the years go on, I listen a little bit more carefully. I was like, okay, fine. I'll do it. So I called Chanel. I think it was that same day or the next day we talked, but it wasn't long at all. And I told her the story, and I'm like, okay, I'm all yours.
I love it.
And here we are.
Jennifer, we are entering our 9th year of doing the cafe. This will be our 9th year. And we were at a studio north of here at Delray, and we decided to do a remote at a pizzeria. And you know where I'm going with this. And we met a young lady there, Captain Tiffany, right? And Captain Tiffany was an actual captain in the Air Force. And Captain Tiffany came in and she was hungry. So we bought her a pizza and she ate. And we asked her, where do you live? And she says, I live underneath the highway on I-95.
She had worked with Langley, yeah.
And I said, you live where? And she explained how she lost everything and she was living by the highway. This is a ranked captain in the United States Air Force. And we said, well, we can't do that. And remember that we called and we had a place, and she went to stay
At the Lord's place.
at the Lord's place, which is right there. Captain Tiffany now is back. She got all her money from the years that she lived under the highway. She got everything back, her rank, everything. She owns a house in Iowa. And she calls me around this time a year to tell me that she's working, her kids, her daughters are
She
involved.
got her kids back also.
Everything came back that she lost. So we have her plaque of where she stayed over the door here, which I have to straighten out. It's a little crooked. But I just want you to know that what you're doing, if you can save just one soul or get them back on track, then the network to me is a network of hope. You're just giving people an opportunity to change. And that's why we keep doing what we do. 9th year we're entering, doing what we do. There's so many things that this young lady here has projected to do that to keep up with her ain't easy. Just ain't easy.
Well, you got 2 more.
Oh, and here we go.
2 more?
3 more.
Yeah?
And here we go.
Here we go.
We're going to do it, and we're going to start adding more elements to your show. So if you're going to talk about 4-H, I want to know ahead of time so we can we can put up the logo, we can put up so people are visual as well to know what it is. It's going to be more work, and you guys are so different for production. I know how Chanel works. Now I know a little bit how you work, which means we need plans and we need patterns and we need clocks. She's logistical.
She's like Sarge.
Yeah.
Logistical.
I think I'm going to have Sarge start producing
We're
her
gonna
show.
we're gonna put a military person on your account because she's
go.
like you. She is like you. She's all logistics.
She's got a whole house. We've been doing this for 9 years without a policy and procedures manual. I know, for you that's horrifying.
Perfect.
But we do now because Sarge says you need a policies and procedure manual.
We
and now
do. Yes, you
so
do.
now we have one in every room. I worked on that yesterday. Now they have to sign off on it that they've read it instead of just saying they've read it.
You read it? Yep, you read it. You got to sign the dotted line.
Yep. So now they have to sign off on it. You don't even know that part.
Every day is another challenge. You got to wear roller skates.
I'm there.
I would never do that. Not once. Like, I have to be off the cuff. Oh my God.
So that was Sarge. She says, how do I do this and how do I do that? Now they want to make videos. I said, what?
They're making it so there's no bubbles. You know, when they say you got to do it this way, they want to make sure there's no mistakes. I'm doing this because production is a timely fashion. You got to be 1 second ahead. If you're 1 second behind, that's the end of it. You can't capture the moment. So they're beginning to learn that you have to be on point. You have to, music, when you sing, has to be on point. Can you imagine if we miss half the song? It doesn't work.
I know.
So the network is creating new challenges. I gotta tip my hat because thanks to your thinking, it's opened up the door. And yes, I will get back to everybody that's texting me. We are going to do a couple of other networks in health and things of that nature. We want to do a music piece as well. We want to do another concert.
I want to bring Dr. Abby in and do a holistic health network because a lot of it has a mindset as well. I mean, there's so many ways all of these networks intertwine that it goes back to what you said. Where do we stop? If I start you and Chanel together, forget it. Curvins, if you hear the beginning of the show, Chanel, it's where do we stop and others begin, or are we all connected?
Beautiful.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited. I want you to tune into our next segment, and you're going to meet Harry, because what a spectacular man. Harry Holzwasser, and the story of how we met Stacy. We pick up people along the way on our journey, and they're always so special. So I want you to check out that as well. Check out the Reinvented Life Network. It airs Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. More to come. Chanel and Jennifer, thank you so much. More to come with that. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we've got a special video piece to share.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the AMP Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, AMP Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
No.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing. What's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
In the calm of early morning, when the day begins anew, we pause to reflect. May holds a special significance beyond just being another month. It is time for solemn remembrance, gratitude, and honoring those who've made tremendous sacrifice for our freedom. To all who served in the military, across all branches, and the National Guard, to the veterans, and to the families who support them through thick and thin, we express our heartfelt thanks. Your courage, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication inspired us deeply. As we commemorate Military Appreciation Month, we recognize the importance of standing by our newest recruits. Those brave individuals venturing into an unknown, responding to duties called with determination, deserve our utmost respect and guidance. Equally important is our commitment to support those actively serving in the Air Force, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, Marines, Space Force, and National Guard. Whether deployed abroad or stationed at home, they carry out their duties with honor and integrity. It is our responsibility to ensure they have the resources, care, and unwavering support necessary to fulfill their missions. So, as we observe Military Appreciation Month, let's unite in gratitude and solidarity. Let's honor the past, support the present, and inspire the future. To all who serve, have served, and those who stand beside them, we extend our deepest appreciation. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And ring a ding ding, I left my bell, but we're back. That was a beautiful piece. That was Nathan that put that together with some other people, yes?
In honor of Military Appreciation Month, and as we roll into a long Memorial Day weekend, we wanted to air that again. And apparently we've got a new branch of our services called Space Force. So we added that, and Nathan did some edits, and that we put on Beach Jam Media for Jennifer Corbin Carson as well on our last segment. And going into this segment, we have Harry Holzwasser with us and his sister-in-law, Stacy Mandel. And Stacy is an artist here at the studio. We've known Stacy probably for about 9 years already.
9 years, since the very beginning.
We had the pleasure of meeting Harry, and Harry just celebrated his ring-a-ding-ding 100th birthday on March 31st. So happy, happy birthday to Harry. And you had the pleasure and honor of interviewing him a few years ago.
I did. You didn't tell me what I was getting into, and you said, go talk to this guy, and I did, and we just kept talking, and some of the stories about World War II, and he actually drove Mr. General Patton.
Exactly.
Right?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for your service.
I want to talk about that, as a matter of fact, that phrase. I have never been more impressed with the youth of this country, because 80% of them that thank me are the young ones. The kids in school, college, whatever, they come right up to me and thank you for your service. So that encouraged me. So this is the second part of my life now. So we'll see what happens.
Happens on the third stage, right? When you get to part 3, you'll still come back for more.
If you invite me.
Always.
Don't wait for an invite. You have a permanent invite. You
Thank
come
you.
as often as you like.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, where is Nathan? Is Nathan in the room somewhere? Come here. Nathan was actually, we told him the story a little bit about who you were. And Nathan is the one that put that piece together that you saw. He was in...
And he wants to meet you.
And he wants to meet you. And he was
Pleasure.
involved in the military. Come on in. Come over. Shake the man's hand.
However
That's
you wanna
okay.
come.
Don't worry about it. It's a camera. It's no big deal.
Oh, sir, it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you very much.
It's a very good honor to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
And he was so impressed and moved by who you are, who you were, and everything else that he's big on the military. He was in the military.
Actually, I was in ROTC at my school.
That's what got me in trouble.
So Stacy's moving. All right, Nathan, have a seat. Grab mic A2.
Yeah, ROTC where?
I was at an ROTC at my school in Nova. It was
Grab that mic, Nathan.
Oh, yep, thank you. So I was in NGROTC at my school in Boca, and I've been there for about 4 years. And I originally planned to stay there only for about 2 years just to get my credits and just be gone, but meeting with my lieutenant and the master chief and then with all the other cadets in the program, I grew to love it a lot. It helped me build my confidence up, helped me to be more sure of myself and to be more independent. So I was very happy to be in there. I don't know, it was my mom who put me in there without telling me. I was mad about that, but I got to thank her for that because she helped me to build my confidence up because I was a shy boy. I didn't like talking that much, but I'm different now.
Sure. I want to warn you, be careful what you sign up for in ROTC. But ROTC was in my background all through the service, and I think I'm alive because of what I learned there. So keep it up.
Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate it.
Good.
What did you learn in ROTC that kept you going, that you're so motivated? You put a beautiful piece together.
I learned a lot when I was in ROTC, from leadership to determination. Once again, thanks to to the Master Chief, the Lieutenant, the past commanders throughout my senior year, throughout my freshman, junior, sophomore, and senior year. They taught me how to be more sure of myself, how to be more confident, not to be timid, to take on some leadership roles and whatnot. And throughout the time, I ended off my rank as a petty officer second class.
Wow.
And it's a good thing he joined by accident.
I had ROTC for 2 years before I went in the service. And because of ROTC, I made corporal 10 days after I went in. So there's a reward
There sure
as long
is.
as you work hard.
It was, and I really did enjoy my time because it was a lot more fun. I had various events that I went to, and also a field trip I went on to one of the carriers that they had, and I met a whole lot of officers. I got to be in some of the vehicles and take pictures with them, and it was a lot of fun, and I really did enjoy it.
Good. How large an ROTC was there at the college?
I don't think there was one when I was in college. I've only done it for about high school for about 4 years. But
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I think in
It is a good thing.
I think in Universal Central, UCF, they have a ROTC program when I was there for a college tour.
Casey, you were in ROTC as well?
No, every school just has it.
Oh, it has, okay.
Like, I had a boyfriend that was doing it at the time.
Yeah, and every school
G-Man,
has a
you were in
different branch,
ROTC for high school?
They have girls in ROTC.
It's an amazing aspect, but I wanted, then I should have
G-Man come out also.
G-Man come on out. You know, the honor is those of us that did not serve. My brother served. But every day you should be honored. It isn't a one-time, a year thing. Not in my world. Come and shake this man's hand. This is Abraham, that we call him G-Man.
Pleasure.
But it's important that we remember, that they remember what this man has been through and the things that he has shown, because it's him that he did with people around him that we are able to do this. If it wasn't for him, we would never be able to do this.
And Harry, you served in a time where there was no choice.
Oh, no.
You
none.
went.
No, they took me.
And you saw it front lines. Tell everyone where you were, in what capacity.
I ended up a staff sergeant in the military police. Fought, number one, with the 8th Air Force in England. There's a story on TV now about the 8th Air Force with all the famous actors and all. I spent a year guarding that particular thing. I went over after D-Day, but not too late, which we're celebrating its 80th birthday coming up. But ROTC was my background. So you're doing good.
Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
And you had told us you rode with General Patton.
Yes, I did. He influenced my life quite a bit. He was a tough.
He was a tough guy.
but we respected him, and he was a man of his word, and he backed up his people. So he's one of my lifetime mentors. Yes.
Excellent.
And when you came back to the United States, what did you do? What job, what career did you go into?
I went to work with my father. We were in the automotive aftermarket, it was called. We manufactured automobile parts for Detroit. And I stayed in that industry for 50 years and had quite a time. Met a lot of very fine people, and we worked with the military as well. So it stuck with me. Now I'm trying another career, and that's relaxing and enjoying myself. But I'm appreciative of the Army because they made a man of me one way or another. So keep it up.
You have a message for our youth now.
Well, I know. They're giving me a message, too. What I see is not in the newspapers, but what I see is actually being out with the people and the kids. I call anybody under 70 as a kid for me. But they're setting an example, a lot of them, and I'm very much enthused about what their future's going to be and what this country will be. And so it's a pleasure now to sit back and look at them, try to guide them if they ask me anything, like you're asking now. But keep it up, love your country, and vote whatever way you want. So I got a full lifetime yet ahead of me.
You know, I believe him. Because Harry just gets better and better.
Yeah.
And you've got an amazing sister-in-law. So I'm so grateful for Stacy for so many things.
Me too.
Right? And we see her happy now, and that just brings a smile to all of our faces. Incredible. Nathan, you have any other questions for Harry, the things you want to know?
I'm putting on the spot there.
It's okay, you don't have to.
You don't have to. I just figured while we're here. G-Man, you want to ask Harry anything?
Nothing comes to mind right now.
Okay.
It's amazing having me in the building.
Yeah, it's just an honor, Harry, to have you here.
Oh. It wasn't too long ago, maybe a year, the Panthers invited me to a game. They stopped in the middle of their game, put me on the screen, took me out on the ice, rolled out a carpet that I could walk on so my feet wouldn't get cold. And there must have been 10,000 people there roaring and saluting, and little kids, Daddy, can I take a picture of you? Oh. So to me, there's a lot of future that's going on, even though we are depressed with some of the special things that are happening now.
You know, he would have to bring up the Panthers who beat my Rangers last night, but that's okay. That's okay.
But what
because
an
Friday's
honor
another
to
game.
have Nathan and G-Man in here that were in ROTC and
Absolutely.
Harry.
Well, I told you this morning that this is going to be a special Memorial Day. I think that from now on we should, and it's every year we try to make it bigger and better. I'm sticking flags everywhere that I can. But again, thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've brought to us. And the opportunity for us to talk to you is where it's at.
When World War II involved America, there were 11 million soldiers. We're down to less than 1 million now.
I know.
But there's still a lot of us around.
But not enough. Just not enough. But we have to continue to keep the stories going.
Good.
I'd like to bring him back and do another set with him. and open it up now that we have some kids in here that have served as well, have Sarge here as well, because I think that you sending the message to them, I mean, I know that they already have it, but so they can send it to others, it is so vital that we do not forget.
There's one thing, I took that flight to Washington where they sent a lot of GIs up there and we went through all of the routine. But the most impressive part was when we came back and landed in Fort Lauderdale, there must have been 5,000 or 10,000 people there, and half of them were kids coming up and thanking me and hugging me. So there's a future there, so don't be despondent about what's going on right now.
I just
We'll
wanted
make
to
it.
I just wanted to keep growing. You know, it's a good beginning. I do it every year. Don't forget. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing, because it's vital. It's vital for our country to understand what occurred during those dark years. So,
What an honor it is to have you joining us.
My pleasure.
What'd you
Thank
do for your birthday?
Oh, my daughter, pardon me, ran a big party.
Yeah?
And my kids from all over the country came in.
That's incredible.
It wasn't a surprise, but it was a great
shindig.
affair.
It was a shindig.
How many children do you have?
I have, well, let's see. That I know of,
That you know of.
I have 4.
And how many grandchildren?
Oh, don't ask me.
Even Stacy's counting. And a great-grandchild.
2.
Wow. God bless.
It was easy.
sure
Right
it
now,
was.
I don't, it was a breeze, but then I almost killed myself.
Right now, look at it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We're
Thank
going to
you.
wrap up today's show. We have a special
We have a
guest
special
joining
guest.
us.
I think G-Man's going to do the intro, so you and I are going to go that way.
All right. We're going to
Harry,
exit
thank
stage
you for your
left.
service, my friend.
Harry, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
We're
dear.
going to have you come back and join us as well.
You do
Thank
the
you, dear.
You do the intros. Here you go.
All right, from the
Thank you,
from the
gentlemen, ladies.
DPP-7 in Pittsburgh, Amazon station, their famous singer, one and only, the one and only. One moment. Sorry, one moment. Come, follow. You zooming in and out already? Hannah Bourne. Let's hear it for her. From the DPP-7. Yes.
Hey. Did you sell that?
You have more life and more blessings, so thank you.
Right under my feet, there's air, it breaks. It pulls me down, turns me weak for you. I find myself repeating like a broken tune. I forever excusing your intentions, and I give in to my pretendings, which forgive you each time without me knowing. They melt my heart to stone, and I hear your words that I made up. You say my name like there could be an us. Rabbits tidy up my head. I'm the only one in love. I'm the only one in love. Each and every time I turn around to leave, I feel my heart begin to burst and bleed. So
Wow. What a show.
That was impressive.
G-Man's sister, G-Man's other sister, his
tell me
nephew.
she
It's a
was
whole
gonna be
family
all
affair.
that.
No, we
you
got
didn't.
it. She could sing is what we got.
She could sing. She could sing. You know when somebody says she could sing? Say ching ching. She could sing.
What a great show.
That was pretty good.
I think we should play it again on Monday for Memorial Day.
I think we should too.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining us. To all of our men and women and everyone who has served, thank you for your service, who have served and continue to protect this great nation and country that we live in. We honor you and we thank you. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We are actually taking a long holiday weekend here, which we haven't done in a very long time. And we'll see you again Tuesday, 9 a.m. drive time. Have a safe weekend, everyone.
As always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.